The first time I ever heard of Suits, I was on a plane with my dad, and he was watching the show. There's a couple guys in suits, and I thought, this looks like the most boring show I've ever seen. But I started watching it. I actually started watching it in 2000 and I think it was 2014 when my parents got our dog. I used to watch Suits with my dog. She seemed to really like it. I think I have a picture of her watching it somewhere. But what I liked about it at that time was it was a good mix of well-rounded characters and an interesting plot. For those who don't know, the original point of Suits was there's a guy named Mike. He's super smart. He can remember anything. It's not technically a photographic memory, but as he puts it, once I read something, I understand it, and once I understand it, I never forget it. He takes LSATs for people, and he sells drugs on the side to pay for his grandmother's nursing home. And one day a drug deal doesn't go well, and he ends up stumbling across this Harvard interview that Harvey Specter is throwing for his firm of 1,000 names, but this was the first one, Pearson Hardman. And Harvey decides to hire Mike, even though Mike's not a lawyer and he doesn't have a degree. And at first the show is really good. All the characters are great. Jessica, Lewis. Donna was much better in the pilot. As time goes on, she's just the worst person ever, but she was okay back then. Mike is good. Rachel's actually fairly good. She gets very whiny later on, and Meghan Markle's a good actress. I'm not going to comment on what's going on with her now. I mean, personally, I think maybe she just needs to say no comment sometimes. People twist things, and she's giving them a lot of things to twist. But anyway, that's all I'll say about that. In my opinion, the best episodes were the ones where it was just one case and then they dealt with it and it was over. I didn't really like the arcs. I mean, it was kind of interesting watching them defend this woman who was accused of murder, but then it got so weird, and things happened that didn't need to happen. Yeah, so they added these characters. Oh, okay. So I forgot. Before Mike left, they brought on this character, Alex. And Alex is this dude who Harvey knew. And this is something that Suits used to do, that kind of made more sense. It kind of gave you an idea of the characters, oh, this situation is important, but here's the difference. When Suits did flashbacks before it got terrible, the flashbacks were just kind of cementing what you already knew about the characters. Mike really cares about his grandmother, and he has this relationship with Trevor that's not really beneficial to him. We already knew that, but the flashbacks cemented. After Suits got terrible, the flashbacks were essentially, this is what the case is, don't question it, don't ask us to show character development, we have it in the flashbacks. So they have a flashback starring Alex and Harvey, and I guess Harvey, I don't even remember now. See, that's how not memorable this is. I could tell you the plot of most episodes from the first few seasons, but I think that Harvey told Alex that he was going to come over to his firm, and then he didn't, and then it made Alex look bad. So then Harvey says that he owes Alex. And then Alex ends up wanting Harvey to make Mike drop a case. So Harvey makes Mike drop the case, but Mike keeps working on it anyway. And it's I hate Alex. I don't, he's not helpful. He's just some dude who suddenly showed up and we're supposed to care. Mike has been there for, X number of seasons, and we're all of a sudden supposed to care that, oh, Alex doesn't want him to do this case. And then after Mike and Rachel left, Katrina, she's this blonde girl who is actually a really good character, but she's kind of brought on to, fill the void that Meghan Markle left. And they also brought on someone named Samantha, Katherine Heigl. Katherine Heigl is there to, I think they wanted her to fill the void that Jessica left, because Jessica, Gina Torres, also left. I know I sound super negative, but like, Suits was good. It was really good. It was this really great show about Mike and Harvey and Rachel and Donna and Lewis and Jessica and how they all work together, but in the real world with actual people. There were actual characters they interacted with, like Scotty and all of these other characters and Trevor. And then it's like Suits ran out of money, so they can't afford guests. So then you only see the same people constantly and they're not even interesting. It's bizarre, because when you watch the beginning of Suits, or even up to like season 5, you feel like, okay, I'm watching a show of, you know, people interacting, you know, they're on a show, but like interacting like humans. Now, instead of being realistic, it's like everyone is given a set of playing cards before they go on set with lines their character should be saying. I know you didn't come here just to tell me that, so why don't you tell me what you really want? Is this about this thing that I shouldn't even know about, but I'm just so intuitive, so I know that it's about that? Why don't you get out? And sometimes that's actually said when someone is telling someone to get out of their own office. Oh, and speaking of the firm, they changed the name like 20 billion times. Like, so often, and I do not understand. I just don't. Like, I don't get it. And I loved Suits. I still do. I made this video because I don't understand what's gone so wrong with it. So, thank you for watching my rant about Suits. If you like this video, please subscribe. My goal is 1,000 subscribers by Christmas. I aim high. Please ring the bell to get future notifications and comment below to let me know what you thought.